Hello, hello, and happy Monday to everybody out there in the business world that is doing what we do as entrepreneurs and busting it every single day to build your empire, to increase your revenue, and really expand your influence so you can attract the right clients, which is what we do every single day in the Leap community. And here I have one of my favorite people with me today, JaRee Bowers from My Freedom First. Hey, JaRee, how's it going on this Monday?
I'm loving it. I love Mondays because we get to show up and do our
I
thing,
know.
right?
Same here. I do get excited. I love my Sundays, and it was fun spending yesterday for Father's Day with all the kids and grandkids, and that was a blast. And I stayed up way too late, and I should have gotten to bed earlier. So I slept in a little bit more this morning. But that's the one beautiful thing about being an entrepreneur is we get to choose every day we wake up to design the type of life we want to have. And sometimes there's this knowledge barrier of we want to do certain things. We want to invest in real estate. We want to not pay as much taxes. We want to understand how to be able to invest to earn additional income. The problem is we're not given the knowledge of, especially of the wealthy, right? The secrets of how is it that billionaires pay less tax than I do, right? As a middle of the road. So that's like a big question that my husband and I started searching for. And JaRee and I started having more and more conversations to really understand how do we do that? How, financial planners, they kind of always tell me the same thing. When you retire, this is what you'll have. And I'm like, I'm never retiring. So can we get that off the table? I want to make sure I have money there in case an accident happens and I die or, and leave something to my family. But, you really helped me fill all the gaps in between now till death, which is what if I were to get injured or what if something were to happen as an entrepreneur? Will my business be able to continue running if I'm the one not there? Big question, right?
Yes.
And tell us what My Freedom First means to you, JaRee.
Okay. Well, my freedom first means it is time to make sure that I have everything set up, that I am putting forth all the information and education that everyone can get set up the right way for their financial foundation. And what does it mean to everyone and myself? It means just like when you're getting on an airplane, and what do they say? Put
Yeah.
your mask on first and then help everyone else. That is really what this is all about. It is time for us as women to stand up, take care of what is so important to us, build the financial foundation correctly. And just like you said, what do the wealthy know that we should all know? Well, there's a lot of those things that we discuss. And
Yeah.
it's important that we get it right. Therefore, our generational wealth is properly taken care of. And we're able to share with our children. If you know what is going on and you know what you need to do, well, then your generational wealth, the children in your life, will definitely know what to do. We can break the cycle of not knowing and just throwing it at the wall and hoping it sticks, right?
Yeah. I know you love to work with women because you've found throughout your journey in doing this for so many years. And JaRee's not new to entrepreneurship. She's built several multi-million dollar businesses, and she just kept getting called from God to really focus on preparing, prepping, um, individuals, especially women, when it comes to understanding money and being stewards of the money that we're given. And we don't know what that plan is. We just know that we're being called to step up now and today.
Yeah.
And so, with that, have you found that the women of faith that you're working with they don't know about their money, or they're not knowledgeable about what to do or what's being saved or how do I
Mhm.
know what I need?
Right. Yes, I have found that that is in large part what's going on with women of faith. And it happened to me as well. And yes, I've owned so many successful businesses and it's been a fun journey. But the facts are women of faith generally put all of their money in the hands of their husband. And while that is the biblical principle, some of them that we should apply to our life, there is a hierarchy, and yes, the husband is in control of those things. But it's unfortunate that most women don't think they have to know. And
Mm,
when I'm asking the question about, well, what are your investments? How do you know what you're protected with? Do you have living benefits? Those things, it's an automatic, my husband takes care of that. Well,
mhm.
what happens when a catastrophic event takes place? What if he passes away and you have no idea? That has been a disaster for
Yeah.
many of my clients because they're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know the bank account passwords and all of those things. Well, guess what, ladies? We need to know. And that's something that I'm very forward about, being a good steward, because you can't be a good steward if your head's in the sand or it's up to
Mhm.
someone else.
Yeah.
You need to know. Now, that does not mean take control and supersede your husband in any way. It just means you're equal and you need to know what you need to know in case, because the facts are 85% of the women will outlive their spouse.
That's
That's a
right.
massive number. That is incredibly large. And I'm like, okay, let's put on the loudspeaker and let's get that education out there. So it's priceless to know what
Yeah.
you need to know, Colleen, to build your foundation.
And you can't, even though you might have good communication with your husband and think you know everything that's going on. I met the mother of one of my clients, and it's her sister that just lost her husband. And she is so angry now because he left her in financial disarray, complete financial disarray. They just never had those conversations. And so now she can't be angry at him because he's gone and she's struggling with all this financial disarray, that she's angry at her sisters. And her sister was crying, just saying, I just wish she wouldn't take it all out on us. I wish she wouldn't, blame us. We're here living. We can help her, but she's so angry. And nobody wants to live their life that way. Why would you want your spouse of 50 years or 60 years to pass away and you have all those years with them and all you remember is how angry you are that they left you in financial disarray? What a waste of a life, right?
Oh,
What a waste of
absolutely.
a life. So
Yeah.
so that's what the knowledge piece is that you bring. My freedom first. When I hear that, it says it's about my freedom first, before the government, before my kid, before anybody that I have to give money to or owe. It's about me first in taking care of understanding,
Yes.
really being educated on money,
Yes.
period. Like,
Yes.
so, it's interesting to me because so many individuals will invest in real estate the minute that someone contacts them and says, let me share with you how you can do it with other people's money. Let me share secrets with you on how you can make it happen. And then they're like, oh, now I understand. And then they start walking down that road. If you're never given the knowledge, how would you know? And that is why I am so appreciative of this, I guess, role that God has given you or the
Yeah.
Father has given you, which is because of your stance with finances and your understanding of it, your education of it. He's chosen you to prepare families.
Yes.
That's
And
a big
it's
responsibility.
yes, it is. And you know what? Everybody thinks that money and the father doesn't go hand in hand. And that is so
Mm,
untrue.
yeah.
It absolutely goes hand in hand. And if you are not being a good steward with what he gives you, then there's going to be financial disarray. And it will continue to be that way until you are educated properly on exactly what you need to be doing. And,
Yeah.
a lot of us, again, will put our head in the sand because we don't know where to start,
Mhm.
or because somebody else takes care of it, or you just put that topic off until, and then, oh, wow, something happens and you shoulda, coulda, woulda starts taking place. And the truth is, the education that I give is free.
Yeah.
Colleen, I break the box wide open when it comes to the financial industry because I
Yeah.
always give first with that free education. And the topics are different all the time because things are changing in our financial environment. And we
Mhm.
need to know what the wealthy has known their entire lives. There's no reason why we should be left out. And that's something that's vital. But the wealthy use the money of others to leverage their money, and that is how they stay on top of the money game, and they are continually earning and continually paying less in taxes than the middle class and lower classes. It's
Mhm.
just priceless. And I'm telling you, there are rules that the government has set in place that we get to utilize.
Yeah.
It's so incredible. Like tax-free retirement, like infinite banking, like living benefits, like all of these things and those are my loving terms for those, different platforms that we can go over. But it is just incredible to be able to give and to be educated.
Mhm.
Our time is so valuable and we can't get it back. And just like you said, once they're educated, oh, now we're going to do it the right way. Well, why not start with the right way right now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you run educational online wine, women, and wealth um,
right.
classes or like fun little workshops where you help them understand what documents they need, what tax free retirement plans will look like. So you start with that.
Correct. I
Okay.
start with Wine, Women, and Wealth, and it's a networking, fun time as well. It's not all just financial education to bore you to death.
Right.
It is a lot of fun. It's just the point of relax, take the pressure valve off, join a bunch of ladies, enjoy learning financial principles that are literally going to set you up to sleep well at night, never run out of money. That is
Yeah.
the number one thing that women are concerned about. I don't want to ever run out of money. So we go over those things. We go over what it looks like to have living benefits, which is going to pay everything if you have a catastrophic medical health event. It's going to take care of everything, pay your bills, and give you time to recover from whatever took place with stress free life. It's huge. And then I do classes called Money 101,
Okay.
which is for men and women, because I don't want to leave the men out. We love men. It's just I love to focus with women because we get it. And nobody
Mhm.
wants to walk into a financial guy's office and just go, I hope and pray I chose the right person, right?
Right.
And that happens way too often. And then I do other classes, like I said, the infinite banking classes, $1 million baby. How do you store up for your children's children? Well,
Yeah.
you do it with little bits at a time, and you start when they're young. And,
Yeah.
Money Mommy and Me, teach them goals, teach them how to respect what they've been given. It's just priceless information. And I love doing it. I get to, Colleen.
Absolutely. And so if you go to myfreedomfirst.live, from there you'll see all of JaRee's everything that she has to offer.
Mhm.
There's educational videos right there on her homepage. You can look at her educational videos to really get an understanding more about where are the areas that you lack a little bit of knowledge. And if you are a faith-based woman, I'm going to tell you right now that JaRee is doing this because she's being called. It is a very loud calling at the moment. And
Mhm.
as women of faith, we need to heed that calling for ourselves as well. And if you're watching this, it's because you need to connect with JaRee to be able to understand the gaps that you have, so that you can fill those in and be strong for what our future plan is.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And the Father, when He speaks, I listen. My
Yeah.
entire life, He has led and directed me on every single decision that I've made.
Yeah.
And I love that. I honor Him in that. And He said, it is time to make sure that my people are educated properly and understand what I want them to do. And so I'm stepping up. I am definitely I've stepped into it. I understand the importance of it. And again, it's priceless information. There are things we need in order, like wills and trusts and other
Yeah.
things that I didn't even mention, but there are lots of changes that have taken place in our economic environment. And there are priceless things that we need to know about. And
So true.
it's just simply doing what I was called to do and loving people and giving first. That is what it is. And He takes care of the rest.
Right.
You sow good seeds, He's going to take care of the harvest.
That's
If
right.
you're being a good steward, He's going to take care of the rest. And that's what's so important.
Yeah. So you can reach JaRee at My Freedom First at 5ringsfinancial.com, or go out to myfreedomfirst.live. And will they find anything about the Wine, Women, and Wealth events and Money 101 on your website as well, JaRee?
And that does not focus on those events. It is simply contact me through my email, my phone number, all of that. They are listed on Facebook and LinkedIn and Alignable.
Okay.
Those events are listed all the time.
Okay, so then you can
Mhm.
find her directly here on LinkedIn as well. Well, thank you,
Mhm.
JaRee. I think it's so important for us to continue educating everybody on this topic and bring as much light to it as we possibly can, because when we are being called from God to step forward to do this, then I think it's important for us to make sure that we're getting that out there. And that's what JaRee is doing. So,
Yes.
JaRee, thank you for all that you bring to the community. Thank you for being a member, and thank you for stepping into this and not being afraid to lead in this financial endeavor for women faith, for sure. So
Well,
thank you
thank
for that.
you, Colleen. Thank you for having me and helping me understand how important it is and being the platform where I get to show up. And I will make one last statement, and that is the Father's word says, my people perish for lack of knowledge.
Mm.
That's huge. Remember that.
That is huge. Well, we will end on that note. And to all of you, have a wonderful rest of your week. Enjoy your summer. And we will be back next week with another guest on our Member Monday Spotlight. Bye bye for now.
Bye bye.